rolling. This is the 5 on 5 podcast presented by Nuke's Hot Sauce and DirectMusicService.com. I am Phenom. To my right, Jupiter Williams.
Yo.
To my bottom right, Nico Lopez. And our special guest of the day, probably down the street from Neek. Make some noise for P.Dot.
Hey, thank you guys for having me.
Directly down the street or nearby? How far are you from Neek?
Actually like 20 miles.
I was gonna say probably like a solid across town.
I'm on the other side of town.
Damn. The common misconception in Vegas is that you can get to everything pretty quick. But once you're out there, like we were out at in Summerlin, and it's like, yo, that's like a half an hour, right?
Yeah.
Once you're off the strip, it's basically just pop-up houses and like a Winco or whatever the grocery store is out there.
Yeah, basically. And a random Target somewhere.
Just like things. That burb life. P.Dot, thank you for joining us. We are very happy to have you here. We were supposed to do this weeks ago. This is the rolling podcast where we've promised that we were going to have you. We've wanted to have you, and finally all of our schedules work together. What we do around these parts every week, we compare two artists head to head, their top 5 songs as viewed most popular on Spotify. You pick a this or that, you claim your allegiance. It gets weird, it gets heated. You're going to want to take a shower afterwards. Whose pick is it today, gentlemen?
It's my pick today.
What do you got for us?
So we got a little battle of the babies here. DaBaby versus Lil Baby.
Wow.
All right.
Lil Baby.
Just off top.
right off top.
Pick
Go.
Right off top. We didn't even get to the lightning round yet. Just right off top.
All right, take us to round 1.
All right, round 1. We're going DaBaby Levitating versus Lil Baby Wants and Needs. So Levitating is the Dua song, and Wants and Needs is the Drake song.
Still going Lil Baby.
Lil Baby, okay.
Yeah.
Neek.
Give me a second.
Colin.
Dua Lipa, always. DaBaby, Dua Lipa.
Always. I stand for her.
What a beautiful song. What a beautiful...
She's amazing. She's amazing. She's just amazing. She's just amazing.
She's amazing.
She's fantastic.
She's amazing.
What a beautiful voice.
She's just amazing. Just a beautiful
being.
Just beautiful all the way around.
What a beautiful you. everything Dua Lipa does.
I'm going with Lil Baby on this one.
Okay.
I'd rather listen. Let it be. This is, I think, my first Drake pick ever.
Yeah, this is weird, man. You're picking it over.
Yeah.
Over the Queen.
I like this song better.
Okay. All right.
Round 2.
DaBaby Rockstar versus Lil Baby On Me. P.Dot.
I might go the Rockstar on this one, actually.
Huge TikTok smash.
Yeah.
TikTok smash. Neek.
Also gonna go with Rockstar on this one.
You sing this song in the closet by yourself, huh?
Yes.
While you getting ready?
Yeah, I said while I'm getting ready, I sing this one to myself. It's this one and like Handsome Man. So it's one or the other.
Or a mashup of
it's a mashup of both.
You fire up the Serato.
How bad does that sound? One's like pitched way up or way down.
I change it up every other day.
Yeah, it would kill on TikTok. If you like shitty mashups, head over to TikTok. I'm going Rockstar too. That's a sweep for DaBaby.
Sweep. Okay, round 3. We have DaBaby Bop versus Lil Baby Drip Too Hard. Yeah. 2 club bangers, 2 street anthems. Who do we got?
I'm going Drip Too Hard.
Yes, fire song. Fire song. Colin.
Trip Too Hard, man. That's just even just the cadence on the intro is just sick.
The bop has a dance to it though, man.
And the Jabberwockies.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Colin, you're not gonna catch the Jabberwockies on the strip and like, hey, I know how to do the bop dance. Let's do it.
That's dope too. No, I like that song. That was like one of those songs. Like there was a little run before COVID where DaBaby was just like Calvin Harris, basically.
Everything.
Where you're like, I don't know.
No wrong.
You're like, just play DaBaby. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neek.
I just played volleyball with the Jabberwockies 2 days ago, so I'm just going with DaBaby on this one. And honestly, no, before it was like an obnoxious hit, I was in on this song. I like DaBaby.
Yeah.
Wait, how many people are in the Jabberwockies?
Dude, there's like fucking 30, 40, like there's so many.
They haven't jumped your crew in, Neek?
Well, it's a business now. You audition, you get on the show. It's not like a crew thing anymore. But
sure. We can call the Crips and the Bloods, businessmen too,
Yeah, I mean, we showed up for volleyball, and like I'm gonna be honest, like we smoked them.
Shots fired. Let's go. Let's go.
Jabberwockies can't play volleyball, huh?
I'm trying to start this beef right
they're
now.
Okay. They're okay.
No. Say with your chest.
We played with the younger guys. They just started playing like a few weeks ago.
Wait a minute.
Here we go.
So are the Jabberwockies like the Wu-Tang Clan?
No, it's not that tough at all. It's showbiz, man. Like they have an audition process, and it's like Cirque du Soleil now. Like so, it's not tough guy stuff. It's very much polished and clean and family friendly.
How do the older Jabberwockies retire? Do they just retire their masks? So it's just a whole bunch
they
of
put their mask in the Raptors, like in the rehearsal room.
Oh, I know that one. Which one? The third one to the left.
That's fucking so and so. You sign it, or you get fired or something. Like it's a show. It's work.
Yeah,
it's a company.
You just dance into the ocean.
You just dance into the ocean, and they disappear into
the waves. Just take you.
Yeah.
Ride the wave
as the guy dances out there.
Yeah.
It was the Terminator, the sinking thumbs up.
Yeah.
The mask.
Oh,
man. Shout out to my Jabba fam, man. I'm just fucking.
Shout out Jabberwocky.
Now, hold on. Before change subject, Nick, I just want to know: did you show up shirtless, playing the Top Gun music to volleyball? Is that why you smoked them?
I always play shirtless. You can't play volleyball with a shirt on.
With jorts on?
Yes.
With jorts and aviators?
I'm currently
in the baby
my volleyball attire. It is very, very short shorts. I like to wear the track shorts.
After you do a spike, you just go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very vocal. I'm very loud.
Yo,
it's an ESPN highlight reel. One day I'm gonna make one. And you guys can be like, wow. Charlie was out there. He had a really good time. Charlie Chill Out came out for the first time, and he was like, yo, you're a different person out there on the court. Sunset Park is a different world for you.
Sunset Park, let's go. Sunset Park, what time is it?
Neek hit the gift shop before and got the Jabberwockies mask and just came onto the court like, it's me.
It's me.
It's broken in half. Like, oh, let's go.
Yo, you're fucked.
There's so many of them. They didn't get the joke, and they're like, "Yo, are you one of the new recruits or what?"
Yeah, it's a bunch of new guys. Like, wait, who's this guy?
Like, you know what? Forget it. Forget about it, guys. Forget about it.
I thought it was funny. You guys didn't get it.
I'm on the
You're gonna need that mask. Why'd you break it? Paper replacement, bud.
It's like, let me just hand this back to you here, and you guys have a good day. I'm gonna go to the car.
My job is done.
My job is done. Like, yo, why are you dancing over to your car? You already did the whole Jabberwocky.
Nick is on his car dancing.
I'm out.
It's so funny that like the volleyball thing is like coming up. I've done a few episodes like from my car in the parking lot of Sunset Park because I was on my way to volleyball. So any episodes where you've seen me in my car, it's 9 times out of 10 not because I'm going to like grocery shopping or something. I'm literally going to volleyball.
See, we just need to do an episode where we call one of your volleyball games.
Oh, that'd be great.
That would be fire.
Live episode.
That'd be sick.
Live episode.
Just like a Twitch stream of
Hold on, we going off the rails here, man. We
have round, what is this, round
we still got 2 more rounds to go.
Lame Top Gun.
Round 4.
Lord.
Round 4.
Good God. Round 4, DaBaby, Beatbox 3. Spied 'em, got 'em. Versus Lil Baby, Real as It Gets.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know either of these songs, so I'm gonna go Lil Baby.
All right. It's not a bad pick, actually. ESTG is on the Lil Baby cut, and he's one of the up and comers.
I know Beatbox 3. I just heard it. It's that TikTok song again.
Yeah, Spot 'em, got 'em.
Yeah. I guess I'll go with that.
Beatbox 3 is probably one of my favorite ones out of his whole series of beatboxes. Yeah.
I just heard it on direct music service. So
hey, that's where you can get all your music from.
Plurg.
I will be voting for Beatbox Trace.
All right. Round 5 to end this. We got DaBaby, I Did It off of the DJ Khaled album versus Lil Baby, Ramen and OJ. That's another
I'm
new
gonna
one.
go with the DaBaby Khaled joint.
Okay.
Just because Ramen and OJ sounds like a terrible combination.
That's disgusting. Yeah, that's what I just sounds like.
And I like the
gross.
Khaled song.
Is
Well,
that the one that samples...
it's the one with Jordan Lucas, Ramen and OJ.
Wait, does the Khaled sample Derek and the Dominoes Layla?
It does. Yes.
Yeah, that one.
It does.
Yeah, that gets my vote always.
Got him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with for a combination of both of your reasons. I'm going with DaBaby.
Fair.
I hate the idea of Ramen and OJ together as an actual meal. I've never heard the song, so I'm not gonna say it sucks, but that meal sounds terrible. And a Layla sample is a quick way to my heart, so I'm in.
Noted.
Yeah, that was
noted.
Yeah, we'll give that to DaBaby. That was kind of close, actually.
I'm surprised that Shug wasn't on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a banger.
Or what's the one with Meg Thee Stallion?
Crybaby?
Yeah, Crybaby.
Or
can you guys tell I don't do a lot of like hip hop gigs because I'm so unfamiliar with both of these artists. I like DaBaby in theory, but
But that's the purpose of our whole battle here.
I know. I felt like every round I was like, please let me go last because I need to do some quick homework. I'm like, oh, I've heard this one. I feel like
that's why we got into that extended conversation about volleyball.
Yeah, because that was a time buyer.
Yeah, you just stole
it. Neek was like, "You guys ever heard of the Jabberwockies?"
Yeah, they danced. They danced on this song.
Jabberwockies?
Ever heard of them?
Like, so what hotels have you guys been to in Vegas? All right, let's fuck this. Let's take it to the lightning round.
Let's go.
P.Dot, you're going to give us a this or a that. You can tell us as little or as much information as you want. Starting with Diddy or Rick Ross?
Okay. Are we talking executive Diddy Rick Ross or artist?
You can only keep one.
Oh. Damn. Diddy.
Okay.
For the 90s Bad Boy catalog.
Fair. ABBA or Boney M?
ABBA.
Okay. Aerosmith or Bon Jovi?
Bon Jovi.
Tribe or Farside? Tribe. Yeah, all right. All right.
Mhm.
Shalimar or Cool in the Gang?
Shalimar?
Okay.
Yeah.
Bowie or Queen?
Oh, that's fucked up.
Ah,
Bowie.
All right. Zap or Gap Band?
hmm.
My LA roots yell Zap at me, so I'm going
There we
Zap.
go.
Okay. Clips or Mob Deep?
Clips, because that was high school for me.
Okay. All right. Let's get into some cuffing stuff here. Weekend or Party Next Door?
Weekend,
Okay.
because no one makes better drug sex music.
Well, hold the phone here for this one. Travis
Yeah,
Scott.
yeah.
Travis Scott or Future?
Oh, Future, easy.
Okay. Marvin or
Yeah.
Al Green?
Marvin,
Okay.
surprisingly easy.
Kendrick or J. Cole?
Kendrick, LA all day.
LA.
Drake or Dr. Dre?
Oh, Dr. Dre.
LA all day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jay-Z or Bruce Springsteen?
Hove. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trick Daddy or Gucci?
Trick Daddy.
All right. Weezer or Blink 182?
Blink.
Okay.
He said Blink, I guess. I've yelled out Blink 182 lyrics drunk way more times than I have Weezer. So
Fair.
Okay.
Fair.
That's fair. Sade or Aaliyah?
oh, Sade over anybody.
Ooh. Ooh.
Agreed.
Ooh.
Okay. Missy or Busta?
Busta. Yeah.
Justin Timberlake or Usher?
I'm gonna go JT.
Okay.
Mm.
Chic
tough.
or Earth, Wind and Fire?
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Okay.
Because of my
Prince
mom.
or Michael Jackson?
Oh, motherfucker.
Mm.
I'm gonna go MJ.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any reason in particular?
Just because those are the songs I grew up with more. I kind of discovered Prince on my own. But my mom was constantly playing everything and anything Motown growing up. So I just have a deeper connection to those songs.
Okay. Whitney or Mariah?
Oh, Mariah, easy. Because crack.
Ooh. Outcast or Hall & Oates?
What was that last one?
Outcast or Hall & Oates?
Why is this one of the harder ones?
This is the hardest one.
Oh,
It's the hardest.
Hall & Oates, because I haven't seen them in concert yet, and I'm still dying to, and I've seen Outkast quite a few times.
That's
That's the
fucking
only reason
rad.
why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've seen Outkast hella times?
Yeah, I have.
That's
So
crazy.
the first time I saw Outkast ever was Audiotistic 2001 in San Bernardino. It was like one of Insomniac's first raves, or was it Channel 36, whatever it was back in the day. It was before I really got into rave culture, or I was just starting to. But what sold me was the Invisible Scratch Pickles, Craze and A-Track, DJ Swamp, The Roots, and Outkast and those last two were on the main stage. All at one show.
Whoa.
Yeah. So all my friends kind of chumped out because they were like, yo, I don't want to go to a rave. Like, I'm gonna listen to that shit. I was like, yo, but Outkast and The Roots, and they're like, fuck that. So I literally went by myself to a fucking massive. I was 14. I got there mad early because I was so excited. I got my way to the very front of the main stage at around 3 p.m., 4 p.m. They didn't perform until 9 p.m. So I stayed there the entire time, fucking chest to the front gate, and just waited it all out until I got to see Cast and the Roots, because the Roots are my favorite group ever.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Malik B.
Hell yeah.
R.I.P.
So
And
you
Militan.
sat through everything. Was that Craze and 8-track back to back or separate or what?
Well, okay, so all the turntablists were at a separate stage. It was actually, for all the skate heads here, that Circa had their own little skate demo section. So it was like Chad Muska skating with like turntablists, like providing the tunes. So I caught a little bit of that. I don't remember who I saw there, but then I was like, fuck this, I got to get back to the main stage. And then I just waited it out. And first time, I got to see Swamp. So I watched him set vinyl on fire and throw it into the crowd, which was crazy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. What album was Outkast promoting? Was that Stankonia?
Yeah, it was right after Stankonia.
Damn, so you saw Bombs Over Baghdad like right when it came out.
I did. 3000 had on the orange furry pants and a baseball catcher get up, and I don't remember what Big Boy had on.
Did he have pink furry shorts? Those are sick.
I definitely saw Bombs Over Baghdad, saw everything off AT Aliens, everything off Aquemini. It's crazy.
Damn. How much was that ticket? Do you remember?
$40.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's hilarious. That's so good. That's so sick.
I still have the flyer for that back at my parents' crib, and looking at like who's on like the house side of things or the dance music side of things, like damn, like I should have seen that, but I was just backpack hip hop till the death of me. So
yeah, damn.
I don't
Punk on the other stage, and you're
like, God, no. I would have jumped off my roof if that was the case.
What was your first concert? Let's ask that.
First concert ever was Yanni.
Yes.
Travis is a huge.
Yes, I am a huge. I stand for Yanni. I do. I really.
It wasn't my choice. My parents dropped me off at my aunt's house because whatever that she was babysitting me. I must have been like 7 or 8 years old, and then we went to the LA fair, and then he was performing, and I guess she's a big fan, so we sat there and I watched a dude with long flowing Jesus locks and a mustache play piano.
Hell yeah. Mine would have been by choice. For sure.
Travis wears the wig, the Yanni wig.
And the mustache like falling off because it can't stick on my face.
Crying with the mustache falling off.
Yes.
Yo, how did Yanni blow up? Because he's just one of those dudes where it's just like,
yo, Housewives, man. Adult contemporary, man. It's probably like Rick Dees. Yeah, Rick Dees probably said something. He's like, "Hey, let's see."
Yanni's the future.
Yeah.
He got the cosign.
He did.
Yo, give this guy a piano right now. And they were
like Black Panther, and give this man a piano.
This is what happened.
Vibranium piano, purple aura, just as he's pounding the keys.
Yanni, this is what happened. Yanni was at an after party in the Hollywood Hills.
That's exactly what happened.
Everyone's just ripping lines in like the late 80s, just fucking zooted.
Yes.
And Yanni goes, "Hey, does anyone have a piano here?"
Like, oh, you like that ivory? Wait until you see this ivory.
Yeah. And he said,
"No, hold on. He asked if anybody has a piano while he's sitting on the piano."
Oh, this one right here.
It's like, not this one. This is where I sit to play the piano. Yo, roll up a second piano for my man. And like, he didn't even play anything. He just opened up the lid where the keys are, and they're like, "Yo, get this guy a contract right now."
See this confidence.
I don't know what he does, but that's our fucking guy.
I have a quick versus. Yanni or Jean Tesh?
Oh, yo.
Hey, this has to be an easy one for Phenom.
That was a good one, but
it's a good one.
I'm going with Yanni. John Tesh is a legend. Legend.
Tesh has hits.
Yes, hits. And what a
theme song.
What a crossover. What a crossover, right?
Yeah.
Crossover talent there.
Entertainment.
Yanni couldn't do it.
Yo, I might go Tesh on that.
You'd have to revoke your Chi-Town status if you didn't pick John Tesh.
Yeah. That's just how that goes. Let me, Neek, answer that one. Yanni or
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not.
I knew he didn't have an answer. That's why I was like, yo,
I don't have an
get
answer
this
for
by the
this one,
mic.
I'm gonna sit this one out, y'all.
This guy knows what I'm talking about. Give him the mic. Yo, Yanni or Kenny G?
Oh, Kenny G,
bro.
Kenny G,
bro.
Tough.
That's the AC
No,
King.
not tough. Hold on. Kenny G or Masego?
Kenny G,
Kenny
bro.
G.
Yeah, you gotta go Kenny G.
No, Masego's pretty cool though.
Masego's dope. Masego's dope.
I like how arrogant he is.
As he
Kenny
should
G
be.
is timeless, bro.
Yeah.
Kenny G just shows up and just does the thing. They're like, yo.
He has like 3 woodwind instruments like behind his shirt. Like, oh, what do you want me to play today?
Yeah, he's.
You know, Kenny G can't read music either.
Yes.
He's just out there vibing.
Yeah. Man, Kenny G has some amazing stories too. I've heard him on the Dan Levitard show, on a sports talk show. Man,
I don't think I've ever heard a Kenny G interview.
Man has some great stories, man.
Oh, all right. Let me throw another contender in there.
Okay.
I like this AC rabbit hole we're going down.
I do too.
Yo, Kenny G or Michael Bolton?
Don't start with me right now. Michael Bolton, all day. He has the voice of an angel. I stand for the man. I stand for the man. Shut the fuck up. Move on. Move on.
Shut the fuck up and move on.
If that's what an angel sounds like, send me to hell right away.
Man, no.
Counterpoint.
Come on, man. No, Michael Bolton. Michael Bolton, I stand for the man. Let's go.
P.Dot said, how am I supposed to live without you? Very easily.
Like this.
Like this.
First class flight, please.
Yo, my homie Rusty Redenbacher posted this question today on Twitter, and I want to hear you guys weigh in on it. What was your favorite celebrity interaction while DJing? Let's start with P.Dot.
Oh, easy. Right after OJ beat his last case, when he was supposed to be on house arrest not popping up anywhere, there were rumblings that he was going out every weekend to Summerlin, since you just mentioned it. And one night he just popped up to Commonwealth and he just walked into the booth and he was sitting like arm's reach to my right for like the whole night. And the only thing popping through my head is like, dude, this guy just killed 2 people and he's standing next. Like, I've never been this close to a double murder, especially that I don't know. Like, and he's just standing there vibing. Like, I imagine playing like, what was that, like 2017, 2018? Like, so all the big club records of that time, all the hip hop shit, and this guy is just like, I have no idea what's going on, but there's a bunch of white women here that I want to take home with a drink in his hand.
My God,
he was really nice, but in the back of my head when I shook his hand, I was like, damn, this hand killed 2 people, bro.
Yo,
that's the hand.
That's the
that
hand.
Didn't fit the glove.
Yo, he put the glove on like that, right?
Yeah, he said this shit don't fit.
Nah, he didn't even try. He's like, nah, Sensi, look, no.
He put it back in his pocket.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this though.
Yo,
I still got the other one at the crib. I mean, I need a pair, right?
Nice.
Do you remember what songs went off with OJ? Like, was there a song where you're like, yo, this guy knows this fucking song?
Yeah, but I don't think there was a single record, like new record he knew. It's just, he was just there to be out like, bitch, I'm free. Like, I'm going to enjoy this.
Yeah.
He didn't give a fuck what was playing.
Yeah. As long as there was young white women next to him and a drink in his hand, he did not care.
He's like, yo, P.Dot, you killed it. You're like, whoa.
No. I would have gone for a great job, sport.
You killed it.
Hey, and then
No,
the funniest thing was that, like, I couldn't shout him out on the mic because he wasn't supposed to be there. And even,
Right.
the manager was like, "Yo, don't say anything. Like, don't get on the mic and be like, OJ's here." But everybody in like the vicinity of the booth were all just staring like, "Holy shit, that's OJ Simpson."
Wow.
Yeah.
You should have did it like incognito. You should be like, we need some orange juice up to the booth. Some orange juice. Some. I'm not going to say it.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Yeah.
New carafe of free range orange juice. To my left. To my left.
2, please.
Oh shit.
Yo. I want to talk about Life is Beautiful. I know you played that back in 2015, yeah? The art
Yes. Yes.
Tell us what that was like.
That was my first time playing inside of a festival. I was super duper excited and super nervous. I wanted, and this is when I was like making a lot of remixes and stuff. So like I wanted to like play all my shit, and I came up with a bunch of new stuff. And it was a great experience, but I think my biggest takeaway was that play the shit that people want to hear, not just what you want to hear, even though it's like the biggest stage and there's tons of people that are hearing your stuff for the first time. It's like, all right, I could kind of sprinkle it in, and I could tell it wasn't like vibing for whatever they wanted to hear. So I just went to, even though I was sprinkling it in, just went to like tried and true bangers. Crowd got bigger and I felt better about it, because that first like half of my set, I was like really trying to like, oh, I'm gonna play my shit because I'm playing at a festival. Meh. And yeah, just it was kind of just flatlined, and then I picked it back up. I was like, nah, gotta remember, no matter what the stage is, like your job is to entertain the people in front of you. So yeah.
That was like peak EDM too, yeah? Like 2015 was a great time for EDM.
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope. It was a dope time. I come from more of the bass music kind of roots of like dance music, like big into like or drum and bass and like dubstep, like UK dubstep stuff. So like my shit was kind of in that direction, where it probably should have been a little more like mainstreamy EDM as far as like what I could have cooked up to play, but I still got to play my shit in front of the biggest crowd I've seen, and it was dope.
Hell yeah. Did they give you an artist pass for the weekend, or how does that work?
Yeah, they did. But the person I had with me, my girl, she only got a VIP pass. So while I was walking the festival with her, yeah, I could go on the stage and stuff, but because I couldn't leave her by herself, or whatever, like I literally just went to like on stage like once or twice, and then just like chilled in like the regular VIP section. And like,
knows how he said that. He said, "You know how I couldn't bring her on stage or whatever." Yeah, you couldn't bring her on stage because you were a good boyfriend.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
There you go. Get your flowers for that one, man.
Hell yeah, thank you.
But he also did say he broke from that one or two times.
Hey, you got to. I'm like,
you got it. You got it.
Who were those acts? That's what I want.
You run into like her friends. You're like, hey, I'm gonna be right back.
Damn. It had to be someone main stage early, so probably nobody that's worth remembering. That sounds really bad after I said it.
Dang, Neek, you were on the stage.
It's me.
Yeah.
Dude, if I was on a main stage, any stage at Life is Beautiful at any time of the day, I would be okay with that. So remember me or not, that check would be beautiful. Life would be beautiful.
And you got to play the art car too, which is super fucking dope anyways.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I played the art car 2 or 3 years in a row, different ones. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
For those of you guys that don't know what that is, these art cars, I played one at EDC. They have them at Life is Beautiful. They go out to the desert for like Burning Man and stuff too.
Yeah. So actually, funny you bring that up. The second year I played the art cars, I played the Boombox art car. And literally they wheeled it in, and I was first day, first one up, and the CDJ setup was still covered in dust from Burning Man.
Oh damn.
I had to tell the tech like, hey, I can't play on this. I don't want to like get dust anywhere? So like, can you like, do you have like a air like blowgun thing or something, or like, can you wipe this off? Because it was literally like caked on, like they were brown.
Damn.
Like, yo, that was dope. That's dope. That's a dope feeling.
Damn. Have you been out to Burning Man?
I have not yet. I want to.
Let's open that up to the boys too. Guys, would you guys go to Burning Man?
Absolutely. Shout out Fleck. Our boy DJ Fleck got a bus out there that he takes out to Burning Man every year. So
That's dope.
shout out. Definitely
Neek-
want to go on one of
Neek
those.
made a face.
No, thank you.
It's too much dust.
Come on,
It's too
Neek.
much dust, bro. It's too much dust. It sounds like a good time in theory, but like that's a lot of dust, bro. It's
Neek,
gross.
as soon as you eat a couple shrooms, man, you will forget all about that dust.
Nah, bro. I'm a clean and tidy guy. I'm gonna want to shower.
Speak on it, though.
Nah, I can't do it, bro. I live a very tidy lifestyle. I can't be out there in the dirt roughing it like that. And then like it's a weekend long, like unless I was like in like a really nice RV with like a shower situation, like yeah, but I'm not gonna be out there just like wilding. No way.
Stupid ass question, Colin.
No way. That's why I like things like Life is Beautiful. It's up the street from my apartment. And like if I do go, it's like the last couple of years I went were for the Red Bull breaking competition. So like I'll do that and then I can shoot back home, shower and change after being sweaty and breakdancing and go back out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like that's easy peasy, but like
Absolutely.
Burning Man, no way. And there's like I don't want to diss anyone. It's just not my style. That's all.
You know who loves Burning Man, who's always out there, is NBA player turned DJ Ronnie Cycli.
Ronnie Cycli. Oh, wow.
Random.
Yeah.
Wow.
Super burner all of a sudden.
Yeah, he's like a big time, like he's definitely in that house community. I guess dude's a fantastic DJ.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I know Skrillex and Diplo.
Hey,
played.
shout out Ronnie Cycli, though, man.
Yeah.
I've never heard that name.
It's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad he's doing his thing. We should get him on
I
the
am
show.
too, for real. Ronnie, if you're listening, shout out. Come on.
I would do Burning Man just once, but I would want like air conditioning and RV.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll see, like, if I do Burning Man, I want like the full rough experience. Like,
Damn,
if I'm gonna do it,
You want to go Mad
Dirty.
Max on him, huh?
yeah, exactly.
Just like face paint and the whole get up.
Is that P.Dot?
Like,
I have a bunch of coworkers that go every year, and they like rent an RV, and they all go, and like they never come back the same.
Wait, for better or for worse,
they always bring like a new person with them every year, and that person never is the same. So I'm good.
They get initiated.
They have like a different name, and like they come back hella different. So I'm good.
Oh my god.
You're like, his name is Quartz. And you're like, what?
What?
Tim. This is Tim.
Yeah, your name is Tim, bro. What are you talking about? No, my name is Quartz. And yeah, they always end up coming back hella different. So I don't know if I'm like mentally prepared for that. Because I'm going to come back either one or two ways, like making fun of them and like being like, yo, y'all are tripping. It was not that serious. Or like being that person. And now I go by Quartz.
But it's not with a Q, it's with a KW. Quartz.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to come back. I'm not ready for that.
Yo, Neek has more aliases than anyone else on this podcast.
He does.
You are now Quartz.
Quartz. Yes. Quartz Lopez.
Quartz with a K.
Quartz Lopez with a K.
Quartz Lopez.
That's when you play your burner set, Quartz Lopez.
Yes. Oh, that's too good.
Yo, we got our best guy on the scene out there, Quartz Lopez, coming live.
Oh my god.
Neek, I think we need to send you let's see if DMS will send you out to Burning Man next year.
That'd be great.
Yes.
Just to be corresponding. Just to be
But you got to get like one of those like GoPros with like a head mount, just have it on the entire time.
Yeah.
Send you with a backpack full of batteries and like SD cards and just record the entire
It's
experience.
like a first person situation of Quartz. And I have to introduce myself as such.
Exactly.
Neek is gonna be zooming on this LED bicycle through the desert. He's ripped a handful of mushrooms and he's going,
You just need
Lopez.
I am Quartz.
I'm bored.
I must recharge in the moonlight.
Just catch me like for like 20 minutes every like so often staring at the sun.
I'm recharging.
Completely changed into it.
No, he comes back and we're like, yo, was it bullshit? He goes, get out right now.
You don't understand.
Burning Man just changed you, man.
Oh my god.
I get it now.
Oh wow.
Yo,
Man.
talk to us.
I like how far left all of these.
Oh, completely.
A1.
Motherfucker, we haven't done this for like a week and it feels like it's the first time
Yeah,
every time.
For
So,
real.
talk to us about Commonwealth. I know you're the resident DJ over there.
Mm.
How long have you been over there now?
First time I played Common was 2013, late 2013. They just brought me in as a guest. Me and one of my homies, shout out to C Science, who's out in New York. He was friends with the booker there, and we were a duo. They flew us out. Goddamn English. We smashed it. E was back on the East Coast, so he couldn't come out as much. So he asked me if I wanted to come out. I did a couple spots like every few months, and then he gave me the opportunity. He asked if I wanted to take the opportunity to come out and be a resident DJ because he needed someone to open and close regularly, and he couldn't really find someone. And been there ever since 2014.
That's dope. I'm sure you've seen some shit. You've seen some shit.
Yeah, I have. I've learned so much just like watching other DJs play. I've seen pretty much the majority of like your traveling headlining DJs. I've seen a lot of them play, and I've got to open and close for them, and that's been the biggest learning experience that I've had as a DJ, and like just learning things that you would never think of, or setups and just turns you would never think of taking, or you were, in my case, maybe I was too scared to take before. Like, oh no, this shit works, just fucking run it. As long as you have a plan, as long as you're good enough to get out of it if it doesn't work. That's another thing you learn too. But yeah, just seeing so many dope DJs. And the one thing about Common is that I'll say that, especially back then, our crowd was probably like 60% locals, and the other 40% were just people coming in from out of town. So it was hard to play for the exact same crowd, and it's hard to have that expectation of, oh, this works here. So you really have to kind of learn to add more and more facets to your game, and really just try to like learn how to read a lot of different rooms instead of just the one room you're playing there, because it's always different.
Give us your top 3 of DJs you've played alongside there.
Ooh.
Doesn't have to be in order.
Miles Medina. Fashion, maybe. Fash is up there.
Shout out Fash.
Shout out Fash.
Damn. Who's another person that ripped it?
There's been a lot of cool shows in Common.
Yeah. Damn. On my nights, probably Miles, Fashion, and I'm gonna go with Graham Funky.
Oh yeah.
Graham.
Yeah.
I think the common denominator between all 3 of those, outside of them being fantastic DJs, is that their music knowledge is just so fucking vast.
And I think that's what I picked them, is because that appeals to my side. Like, I'm into so many different kinds of music, and being able to see a master put them all together and make it make sense and make the crowd in front of them enjoy it, even if they didn't know they were going to enjoy it, is like the best.
And they're not afraid to lose you with a song because
Oh yeah,
they know that you're gonna like it, even if you don't know it.
yeah.
You know, that's the power of fashion. Like he does a fucking night dedicated to yacht rock on Twitch, and it's just slammed in there. People are going
Yep.
crazy. It's like if anyone else did that, you know, it just wouldn't have the same effect. It's fashion. It's his personality. It's how he throws the tracks, and same with Graham too. When you see Graham and Stone IRL as captains, like they're playing what you need to hear.
Yeah,
Exactly.
They're not playing. They're also playing what they like, but they're playing what you need to hear, and the crowd's reacting accordingly.
Yeah,
Fucking great.
love those guys.
Yeah, shout out to all three of those, and shout out to Miles too for just being
Miles.
insanely talented. Like
Unreal.
Yeah.
just literally unreal. Let me ask this question. What is in your DJ bag that would surprise people? For some of us,
I gotta think.
Since we've gotten in our DJ bag.
Yeah, no, I mean, I just switched to like a slimmer bag just because I'm trying to like Marie Kondo my life, kind of, not really. And my back hurts. But either sneaker wipes, Jason Mark sneaker wipes,
Oh yeah.
or a pair of dicers that I haven't used in like 6 years. But they're there because you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're great.
They're great. They're awesome.
I love dicers.
Yeah.
I think there every once in a while there's a conversation on Twitter that'll pop up about dicers, and that's just like I have to shout out Howie doing when we're talking
Howie.
Because
I was hoping that you were going to bring this up.
Our guy TJ would do one of two things. He would set the dicers on top of the CDJ, which in like the corner, which is a very interesting move, or he would just set them flat on his laptop right by the trackpad.
I've done that.
Play with them over there. And shout out to TJ for doing everything in a very interesting way.
Four Eyes does that too. Sometimes,
Yes.
like I'll see him in the club, and he puts the dicers on the CDJs.
Yes, I've seen Eric do that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to 4 Eyes.
Shout out to 4 Eyes.
Is that just like it's just like how it started, right? Like when you start using the dicers, you're like, I don't know where the fuck to put these things. I'm just gonna put them.
I
Just
mean,
anywhere.
the SP1, the Pioneer thing, the XP1, like it's a cool thing, and I guess that's the modern answer for a dicer, but the convenience of having it on the deck just, I guess, makes more sense. There needs to be a new dicer. There needs to be a new way of doing it.
If there was one with 8 buttons,
if there 8 buttons or just like less cables, I don't know how, but if there's a way of doing that, it'd be perfect, because the XP1 is just too bulky. You need a whole new laptop stand for it.
And that's part of the reason why they're still in my bag, is because they're at a pocket at the very bottom. Like I'm not opening, but hey, just in case, it's not taking up room. It's there.
It's there if you need it.
Yeah.
Tell us about Fantasy League DJs.
So Fantasy League DJs, crew DJs out of Seattle. Shout out to my guys, Vega, Rockright. Who else? Jesus. Well, those are the 2 founders. So I met those guys actually at Commonwealth. Vega was just in town. I didn't know him. And he just saw me just rocking the party. And I guess he liked what he heard. He came up to the booth. He's like, yo, man, I'm DJ from Seattle. Yo, you're killing it. Hit me up anytime you go out there. And I just happened to be going out to Seattle a few months later to play a day shift. It was a day party out in Seattle for a few years. Shout out to my guy Sosa. And then I told him like, yo, I'm going to be in Seattle. I'm playing a Saturday, then I'm playing Motown on Mondays on Monday. Have a couple nights in between where I'm not doing anything. They had me out, rocked with them at I don't remember what nightclub it was, but just kept in contact. And I would go to Seattle pretty much every year since then, except last year, of course. And then anytime I'd be up there, kick it, or we'd play together. Anytime they're in town, same thing. And then just built up the relationship. Really dope bunch of DJs. Really versatile too, not just like in the club, but they do radio. Some of them do like private and wedding events. Just dope bunch of DJs.
Yeah, Vega's insane.
Vega's
Yeah.
crazy. Vega's
Yes.
crazy.
Vega,
Super creative and super not afraid to be himself. Like he knows he's a huge nerd and he embraces it and works it into his sets. And like if you see like his routines that he posts and stuff like that, it's like an expression of who he really is and just makes it dope and consumable to the masses, which I think is just crazy.
yeah, that guy has the biggest Funko Pop collection
He
I've
does.
ever seen anyone have. Just like a whole wall dedicated.
He's got a problem.
Yeah, he's got like what, like probably like $50,000 or more on the wall, like in
easy.
Funko Pops. Like,
Easy.
yo, Vega, when you listen to this episode, hit me up. We got to get you on to talk about this Funko Pop thing.
Absolutely.
It's like,
got to make that happen.
Jordans. It's like it's crazy. People grab these things right when they drop or pre-sale or whatever. They're worth like what? Some are worth like 5 G's. Like,
it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's fucking nuts. So tell us.
Talk shit about anybody that collects anything, obviously.
Yeah, no.
like that's the thing. I think it's in every DJ's DNA. We're just hoarders for some stuff that we like.
Something,
regardless.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I think it's good to find that thing that you're into. Yeah. And especially if it's something that no one else is into. Like the Funko thing, everyone's into. There's huge lines, whatever. Records though, like if you're just collecting 45s and you like go into a store or like go somewhere else, you can still come up.
You're speaking for yourself right now. Go ahead. Toot your horn. Go ahead, toot your horn here. Call.
I 100% am the opposite. I do not recommend collecting to anyone. It's a money pit. Just get on Spotify and find the music you like there. Do not buy records or anything. Just save your money and buy things that will make you money instead, because this is a money pit. It's the worst.
For those of you just tuning in, that was Quartz Lopez.
Quartz.
Upon returning from
You've changed, bro. You've changed.
Less is more.
Less is more.
Because Neek Lopez will never say that.
Neek
Lopez just regrets all the things that all of these, but it's too far in now. So what we do. This is just what he does. He's not proud of it.
You just see the cabinets just closing in on me while he's talking.
Eventually, I will live in this. These are my friends now. I can't escape them.
No, so P.Dot, tell us now. Did you start DJing in LA or where did you start?
LA.
Okay.
Yeah, LA.
What year was that? Do you remember?
I bought my first set of turntables in '99. I didn't play my first gig until 2010. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when I bought my first set of turntables, I had it in my mind, I'm gonna be a turntablist. I'm just gonna cut and juggle and battle because that's what I like, and fuck playing parties and all that shit. And right after that, and I got okay at cutting. I started really getting into making beats and stuff. So when I went off to college, I literally just took my laptop with Reason on it, my MPC, my Stanton mixer and 11200, and I had that for 5 years. And I didn't think twice about playing a party ever. And then I started going out more, turned 21. Oh, this looks fun. You start meeting people in nightlife, like, oh yeah, do you DJ? Oh yeah, kind of, you know. Oh, have you played a party? No, I haven't. Eventually, like, I got cool with like these guys that threw like a monthly in Chinatown in LA, and then they eventually asked me if I wanted to rock, and then at that point I was like, sure, fuck it, why not? And I bought a Tractor of all things because it was cheap and I was broke and I couldn't afford a Serato box, and I pirated a whole bunch of music and played my first set. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Now, were you like watching DMC battles, like studying that?
Yeah.
This is what I can do.
This is how much of a nerd I was. I would go to sleep every night watching like either a DMC tape or like a turntable TV and just have that on, playing a dub off of that, my VCR, my TV in my room until I fell asleep every night, pretty much throughout high school. Like, I lived and breathed that shit. Like,
damn.
Hell yeah.
That's so sick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And you were collecting records at that time, or what was up?
No, not really. I mean, all the records that I collected were basically digging just for samples for beats. A lot of dollar bin digging. And that was like the extent of my record collection until I actually started playing parties, which, I mean, Serato was already a thing, so I didn't need records to play parties, and it was kind of a blessing because it was like, I'm just going to buy the stuff that I want and buy the stuff that I love instead of like, oh, I have to buy this to play a party kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
What producers were you listening to at that time?
Madlib, Ninth Wonder, Premier, Pete Rock, you know, the usual.
Boom Bap.
Havoc.
Boom
Yeah.
Bats.
Yeah. And
What
then
a time.
Then a lot of the roots.
Crazy. Yeah, definitely. Quest and Soulquarians. Dilla, of course, biggest, my favorite, biggest influence.
Yeah.
Those Pete Rock albums back then. Those were great.
Crazy. I actually saw one of Dilla's last shows ever.
Oh.
While he was live. He played Rock the Bells. It was J-Lib, so it was him, Madlib, and J-Rock. And he passed probably a few months after that, because that was in the summer, and he passed a few months after that. So I mean, I was hyped to see J-Lib because I was banging the fuck out of that album, and then the news broke that he passed, and I was like, dude, I was just so glad that I got to see him live in person. What's crazy is the headliner of that show was a Tribe Called Quest, so I got to see Fife. It was their first show back since their first like reunion show ever. So crazy experience.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Did they do the Red? Did you see that live?
Yes, I did. They did pretty much the entire Champion Sound album and just a couple of like Madlib joints and a couple of Dilla joints, but it was basically like Champion Sound live.
Damn. And people knew, right? It was just slam.
Yeah.
People knew.
Yeah. Because I mean, Rock the Bells is like a hip hop festival, and like the crowd was just
for the
loving it.
heads. Yeah,
it was, especially back then before they got like bought and stuff.
Yeah,
like it was really like a crazy, like everyone around you knew the words like every song. It was like a wonderful experience.
It was. Wait, it still goes on or no?
No, so they got investors and tried to turn it into a traveling festival, kind of like a precursor to what is that one now? Not Smoking Grooves.
Rolling
Loud.
Yeah. So it was like the precursor to that, and right before that, they were just throwing like festivals just in LA like once a year or twice a year. It was always something I waited for every year.
Damn. What was your first record?
First record that I bought ever?
Yeah.
Super Duck Breaks. Babu.
What about first CD or cassette?
First cassette, Michael Jackson Dangerous.
Let's go.
Let's
go.
That's a great one.
First CD might have been oh no, that was on cassette. Jay-Z Volume 2.
Ooh,
sick.
Let's go.
Really just a piece of Travis right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We became best friends.
Yo, I don't think we've talked about this. Boys, what was your first CD you guys bought?
Oh man. Jodeci.
I bought 1, 2, 3 at the same time.
Mine was Jodeci, the show, the after party. I swear to God.
Great choice.
The first cassette that was given to me was Michael Jackson Bad.
That's a great choice.
What about you, Courts?
First cassette that I've ever owned is Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style. And my mom did not know that it was going to be like that. I remember she didn't know it was going to be that. And I'll never forget like asking her if I could say a bad word. And I told her I wanted to be a motherfucking hustler. And she was like, okay, we're taking Doggy Style away from you.
Little Neek.
Little Quartz.
Little Quartz.
Out here wilding. And then the first CD I bought with my own money was Ice Cube War and Peace Volume 1.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, but I love that album still. I'm glad I bought it. I bought it on accident because I thought it was going to be, I thought the Friday soundtrack, You Can Do It, I thought that was going to be on there. This is like the fourth grade.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be on there, and it wasn't. And I got Volume 1, and that album was still dope. So I was like, this is fresh.
Oh yeah.
I did a three-peat. I did, you guys are going to love this, the Shaq CD, Shaq Fu, CNC Music Factory. I had definitely had that on CD. That's the old like Midwest like house music at 4 or 5 p.m. on the radio thing. And then Salt and Pepper. What a Man. What a Man came out.
That is such a
Great choices.
album. You hit it every corner.
Yeah.
Great choices.
A little something for everybody.
Yeah.
Something for everyone. And then my first cassette was Weezer, Blue Album.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've told that story, the Santa story. That's how you discovered Santa Claus isn't real.
Yeah. P.Dot, answer this question. There is too much blank in Vegas and not enough blank.
Ooh. This is gonna sound like I'm trying to be high and mighty, but there's too much politics in Vegas and not enough sincerity.
That's okay.
Talk on it.
Yeah.
Talk on it.
That's similar to what Matthias was saying too.
Yeah.
Ain't that the game?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess, but I think like everything else in Vegas here, it's just amplified like 10x, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Where it's like one of the first things you learn, like if you hit the ground running here in Vegas and especially if you're not from here originally, like myself, it's like, yo, fuck how good you are. It's about who you know and how often they see your face.
Mm-hmm.
And coming from like the kind of DJing that I first fell in love with, which was cutting and scratching, it's like that's the complete opposite, right? It's like, yo, you're dope because you're dope, not you're dope and you get shine because the person you know.
Right.
Where like I've seen so many really dope DJs get overlooked because they don't go out enough or they don't put their name out there, or so many like dope DJs that maybe just like crossed the wrong person that had the right amount of power. And the sincerity part of it too, it's also like a lot of people out here like yes men, where it's like, yo, if you don't like somebody or you don't think they're good, fucking just tell them. Like you don't have to shit on them, but you're like, oh, you know what, man, maybe you need to work on it a little bit or something like that. Like, yo, just be honest, be sincere. Like if they aren't what you're looking for, if it's not like your style or you don't think they're gonna fit where they're trying to get in, like let them know. Don't leave them out here chasing something that you know they're never going to attain. Help them out and maybe find another lane, or help them to get better, or understand what they're looking for more. Like help the community out and be constructive instead of just like kind of being like, I don't know, kind of just like being like, okay, man, yeah, you're doing great. I'll get back to you. That kind of thing.
Well, passive aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Is there a monopoly still?
I mean, the people in power, or like the groups in power, I guess, at least for the strip, or yeah, that's gonna be that. But like, thankfully, I'm blessed enough to like kind of live outside that world where downtown has really cultivated their own kind of community and culture, and like I'll say like it's a little bit, it's more open, and you're more likely to get a shot out here, and like you're still playing for dope crowds and stuff, and really cool events and really dope DJs. But like Neek said, it's the game, right? That part's not going to change. It's just like, or I shouldn't say that. That sounds really sad, but like there's levels of politicking, right? Where like I just wish that people would be more honest in their politicking, I guess. Like if it's not what you're looking for, just tell them that kind of deal. Yeah.
Because it was kind of like it was a gold rush at first when they started putting residents into clubs. You know, certain groups took over, and everyone just kind of got like grandfathered in. You know, they'd be brought up from like a feeder. basically.
Yeah, so like that's one thing at least that I've seen, just kind of from my perspective out here, is that you're not seeing as many, especially after COVID or even a little bit before that, where you'd have your scam artist and blackout agency and sleeping giant or whoever, all of these big DJ like booking agencies, right? Where like you could tell like the system was like, hey, you want to book my top level guy? Well, you have to book like these 2 or 3 other guys under him, like that aren't my top tier guys. But if you want this guy, you got to feed in all the rest of these guys. And that's why a lot of guys and girls wanted to be on rosters like that. Is because like it's your way in to get a shot and then hopefully work your way up the system. But once like anything, once like those top dogs were kind of solidified, it became harder and harder for like the lower level guys to make their rise to that status, and people kind of got caught in the middle. And I think that's why you saw people kind of jumping ship, moving around to different places, different agencies, because oh, you're a B here, I'm a B tier guy here, I could be A over here and then get that shot. And I think that like part of the game has kind of reset now after COVID. Like it's a little bit more wide open, just because like completely separate subject, but I think like how you said it was a gold rush, like budgets are tight now, like everyone's kind of scrambling to see like what they can do and what they can put together as far as like rates wise, as far as like what DJs are willing to take if they're used to like this level of pay, like are they willing to, you know, go down a step or two, and if not, then who are we going to fill in? So like it's kind of a scramble right now, I think. Yeah.
So you would say that the old system is kind of blown up a little bit with them keeping the, say, the A tier artists and getting rid of all the lower tier?
I think that it's, I don't want to say 100% blown up, but I think that like bookers are giving looks to people that they wouldn't have thought about in like the last few years. So like the pot's gotten a little bit bigger, or like they're looking in other directions than like the people that they originally would have like just picked off of the jump.
I want to ask both you and Neek, because you guys will have some insight on this. Who was the one that really, what DJs were really bringing the crowds to downtown, bringing people off the strip? How did that start? Like, do you guys remember like a certain party where people were like, yo, fuck the strip, we're going downtown?
I mean, Neek, you want to handle this one? Like I came in kind of late. But
I mean, I feel like the downtown scene kind of started around the time that you were here anyways. So earlier on, like back in the day, like the Get Back and like First Fridays at Beauty Bar were kind of like the big thing downtown. But that's like all there was. There wasn't a lot going on other than that as far as some DJ shit goes. So like the Get Back guys, Four Eyes, Danny Boy, B-Boy Steve, John Doe, like the leader of the group, obviously. Like those guys had their own sound going on. Shred, they had their own sound going on for that party, and that was just once a month. But then once like the budget, like the city started putting into, like I think Downtown Project like put a lot of money into it and like built the neighborhood up, and like Commonwealth and all those places started getting built. Commonwealth is kind of like, in my opinion, like the epicenter of what really made it like DJ heavy down there. And
yeah,
Insert Coins before that. Insert Coins was a big one before that. Like they actually, before Commonwealth, Insert Coins was very DJ heavy. Vanguard was another venue that had like hella heavy DJs come through. Like Diplo played Vanguard back in the day. And it was like, so a lot of those DJs came through, but like, I mean, Insert Coins actually was probably like the start of like, yo, downtown's got some shit going on. Like they used to have performances there. De La Soul performed at Insert Coins. It was crazy. So there was a lot of cool shows down there, like Dave Fogg. So a lot of the guys that are on the strip would come down and play at Insert, and like Cricket used to play there before Playhouse and all that stuff. She was a resident there. So like Dave Fogg, Cricket, who else was it? Cutso. Like there were some crazy names.
Charlie Darker.
Yeah, there's some nuts names playing at Insert. So actually, yeah, pre-Commonwealth, I think Insert Coins probably got that ball rolling. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I think for me, coming from Cali, Insert Coins was the first venue like I heard like outside of the strip where I was like, yo, I want to go to that shit. And
Yeah.
I think that's a combination of because like I love DJing, I love music, and I love video games. So I was like, yo, it's a win-win. Like, and just finding out like who was playing there and like, oh, reading these names and like, oh, what do these people sound like? And like hearing all the residents, like they used to have like a mix series, like all the residents. I actually just listened to Cutso's old one recently, still fire. Um, and like when I came out to play Comet for the first time, like I saw Insert Coins, like, yo, that shit's dope. Like I want to like play there one day. And like unfortunately they closed right after. But yeah, I think Insert Coins and then Common really made DJing like a focal point for downtown and like bringing people out. Like even like Just Blaze played at Insert Coins.
Oh wow.
Blew out the system apparently. I heard that story.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and the old booker at Common did a really good job of looking for talent, not just like the guys on agencies, but like also bringing other dope DJs like he'd heard of, and he'd do a good job of like asking like, yo, do you know anybody that we could bring in, or do you know anybody that's dope that we can like that you think the crowd would like? And that, I think that openness and not just sticking to like, oh, sticking to booking agencies is like kind of what made the DJ culture of downtown what it is today. Because like even Insert Coins was like that, and like Downtown Project did a good job of like really revitalizing the area and making it like a place where people off the strip wanted to visit, or people that were walking Fremont experience wanted to visit. Like, yo, what's all this new stuff? Like we only know the strip, we only know the shit with the lights and the stuff in the sky on Fremont experience. Like, let's go a block down and check out like this other part of Vegas that was kind of untapped at that time.
Yeah. I think by necessity too, people wanted something where they weren't going to dump $500 in, just to go out
Exactly.
and have time, and that's, I know that was always the look for us. Like when we were out there initially, it's like, I don't want a table,
Yeah.
I don't want to spend $1,000 on a bottle of Grey Goose that's
Exactly.
going to be broken into 15 shots and then that's it.
And I think a big part of it too was like right at that time, I think it was like the perfect like gap in the market, not just for the bottle price, but also because like this was still like, oh, you had to wear a collared shirt and like dress shoes to get into the club, where downtown, like, yo, just come as you are, don't look like you're gonna kill somebody, OJ, and then like walk in and like have a good time. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there was no middle. It was
Exactly.
extreme, like crazy nightclub level, like strip nightclub level, or nothing, or like going to Double Down or like the Griffin, and that was it. There wasn't like, you couldn't see a DJ like, a proper like. So I feel like those venues really like opened up like some real DJ shit downtown.
Shout out to Beauty Bar too. Beauty Bar was dope too.
They were dope. Yep, they killed it.
Yeah,
they definitely had a play in creating the culture of downtown as to what it is now.
Yeah, it seems like the more we get out of this pandemic, I think that divide will be even bigger, where people are like, yo, I'm not making money like I used to be doing this or that, so tables aren't me anymore. I just want to go have a good time when I'm in Vegas and go downtown. Like, but I think obviously like once we open up internationally, people are going to see like Disclosure and stuff like that, and people from other countries are going to be like, yo, no shit, like, yeah, I'm there, And shout out to Resort World. I don't know if you guys want to talk about their lineup.
Like they keep announcing people like residents like for the past like 3 weeks.
Let's get into it.
I was gonna say, can we have it?
Yeah, it's been fun watching this happen, man.
And like from my perspective, it's like, oh, you poached them from here, you poached these guys from here.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo.
7 hours ago, just announced new resident Resort World, DJ Snake.
Snake.
Saw that one today. As soon as I saw that on my feed, I was like, I thought they were done. Guess not.
Yeah.
Nope.
Wow.
There's so many of these groups that are now getting residencies with Zook. What is it?
Zook? I don't know.
Zook.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
So
it's Chinese.
Zook. So these guys, I mean, I don't know what the contracts are like. I don't know if they're going the Hakkasan group. I remember back in the day, Hakkasan like poached them all from Win Nightlife and like basically doubled all their contracts. But that didn't really work out for Hakkasan Group, and they lost a lot of acts because of it.
Right.
So I don't know. These are a lot of guys whose contracts have ended and are now just going
free
years.
agents.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see like what that looks like.
So
But
how is this going to be different from like Chaos?
Well, for one, they're on the strip.
Okay, true.
They're not like, because not to like shit on. Oh, nobody from the Palms is probably cares about my opinion, but
Or cares
like,
about Chaos.
or cares about Chaos. They're done. So
Right.
nobody's gonna leave the strip and go to the Palms. Like, nobody's gonna leave their property at the Win and leave Excess to go to Chaos, or leave Caesar's Palace and leave Omnia to go to Chaos. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, you want to see Marshmello, sure. And also, there has to be something to be said about these residents and who they are. Marshmello is great. He's huge. But the guy that spends $10,000 at a table isn't going to see Marshmello.
Right.
That club's going to be filled with GA and low bottle minimum because it's young music. But Tiesto, Calvin, Zed, these mega stars that are like appealing to everyone, these are the guys that are going to get your 10, 20, 30 and up K tables. So I was at first a little worried about Zoot Group. Like, I'm like, oh, I think these acts are dope. Like the Martinez brothers are there, Green Velvet's there, but like
Purple
Disco
Machine.
Like
Come on,
dude, I
Dumont.
fucking Duke Dumont, like all these guys that I love are gonna be
man.
there. Shout out to Purple Disco and Commonwealth because I got to play that game.
Oh, did you really?
But,
Congrats, man. Jesus.
I got
Hell yeah.
So shout out Corner Bar. So I love these groups, but are they huge nightclub groups? Like, I seen Disclosure both times they were out here and it wasn't sold out shows.
Right.
You know, like they played at Light, they played at EBC, and it wasn't sold out. Like, I love them. And I know a lot of people, like my peers, love them, but I'm not paying $10K for a table to go see them, you know? And I don't know if the guy that can afford to pay to do that is going to go do that over Zed.
This is all,
You know,
it's all very niche. So, you know, booking MK, booking Disclosure, booking Green Velvet, they have a certain demographic in mind that I think they would have to drop the prices compared to seeing like Diplo or whatever, where I think just the cost of the ticket alone can't compete with like Diplo. You know, it's like
Snake is a big one. They got I think
Snake's
it's
a huge
great
one.
that they have Snake, Zed, and Tiesto. They got their big three.
you have that
So those
balance.
Those are going to be their Friday and Saturday nights.
Or like
Everybody
three weekends out of the month are for sure going to be hits. So it's like, who's going to fill in that fourth or the second days on those other nights that Zed, Snake, and Tiesto aren't there?
Yeah, so I think that's what the rest of them are going to fall into. So, like, a Disclosure industry night, a Green Velvet industry night, that's going to be fucking nuts. They're going to kill it.
Yeah, these are great Wednesday, Thursday parties, if nothing else.
Even like a Sunday, Monday, like, they're going to go crazy. They're going to be nuts.
Funny Vegas story regarding this whole thing. When Black Coffee got his residency announced at When
that,
yeah. Some of my fiance's friends were like, yo, that's the guy on the Drake album. Yo, he's definitely gonna play some hip hop. Went out. They were in for a fucking surprise. And I met the next fucking day, like, what the fuck was that? I was like, what the fuck did you expect? Like, you just going in based off a Drake feature? You're not gonna like go research who this person is? Like,
oh my god.
And like, music doesn't have words.
Yeah.
It's deep too. Like, Art of the Wild was a cool like party for Win Nightlife. I will say this about Win Nightlife: they're always like right on time.
Yeah, they are.
And I feel like in Vegas, like on the Strip, there's a whole lot of like chasing the fad, like seeing what's cool, it works. Okay, now we'll jump on it, and you know it's guaranteed to make money. But Win's like on it on time most of the time. I won't say every time because you know it's the nature of the beast. Sometimes you're late or sometimes you miss, but most of the time, like they were on time. So like to put somebody like Black Coffee, who was at the top of like deep house at the time, it's kind of a risk because like nobody was really doing real deep house in Vegas like that outside of like downtown or something.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll say the one thing that Zoot Group has going for them, and these are like discussions I've had with like industry, like not nightlife industry, but like casino industry people, that they're really kind of worried about Resorts World, is that they're the first Chinese-based company or like casino company to have a property in Vegas. So they're thinking they're going to bring in all the like big spenders they've groomed from overseas that, you know, are probably more into the type of music, probably more into like deep house and like those types of artists that they've had residencies for, and bring them in and have them spend the money there. And it's more likely that that's going to work rather than just a US based audience where like your big spenders and your high rollers are like, I don't care about this person. Like just give me Diplo, give me Dylan Francis. Where like if you're bringing in a more electronic music cultured audience to these venues, like there's a higher chance that it might actually take off here in Vegas as far as like those residents that were booked.
I agree. I was kind of thinking the same thing, because I was like, they aren't Wynn, they aren't MGM, they aren't Caesar's Palace. Like they're not an American company, and in Asia and in Europe,
they're huge. They're crazy.
They're
big.
huge. They're crazy big. We know that. We're DJs. Like we follow these acts and we see their shows and we're like, wow, these guys are huge. And then they come to Vegas and we're like, what the fuck? Like nobody's hip. So I hope that I get to see that level of success, that I see them on like YouTube or their Instagrams or festivals where people know them here in Vegas. Because that, if it works out, I think that could be like a huge game changer in the sound of Las Vegas.
Did Wynn re-up their contract with Drake?
I doubt it.
I doubt that. That was a really expensive contract. I doubt it.
Yeah.
They got the footage though. He's on the promo video. He's the first thing you see on the
He
new
is. He really
is.
is.
5 performances, $500,000 a pop.
Yeah.
Each night they made $1 million though.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I want to say this.
They at least broke even.
Yeah.
This Zoot Group lineup is also for a more seasoned raver. It's like a 25 and up kind of demo. Yeah. And it's not like your 18 to 21 EDC weekend. It's like 9 to 5 raver on the weekend. Like you know,
your
it's for the heads.
Yeah,
it's for the heads, man.
It's a lot like the festival that I played this weekend. You know, they had Bob Moses there. You know, you had DLMT, you had Maceo Plex, you know, just seasoned ravers, just heads that were out there.
New school rave. I should have put an asterisk next to that, because I know somebody would be like, that's not raving. Raving doesn't exist anymore. New school rave.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah. I hope it does well. As a biased fan of most of these guys on this lineup, I hope it goes well.
Yeah, as a house music fan, there's nothing more I want to see than seeing Green Velvet turn it out in Vegas once a fucking month.
Right.
And to have that as an option to be like, yo, we can go see fucking Curtis tonight? Yeah, dude. Like, just when we were out there to see Derek Carter, that's a thing now? Like, fuck yeah. Like, the fact that that's an awesome opportunity, like, that was a no-brainer. I booked my flight just for that, in addition to, you know, the podcast.
It's such a bummer when you see like certain DJs that are fucking phenomenal come to Vegas and just not have a good time, because Vegas just sometimes isn't hip to things.
And we talked about this too, because I asked you ahead of time. I said, is this going to be popping tonight? And you said, honestly, it could go either way.
Yeah.
The Vegas crowd is very finicky, especially the local house community is very like yes or no. There's no gray area between that.
100%.
Yeah.
But shout out to Corner Bar again. They killed it. Another great booking.
I think Corner Bar's doing a really great job with the booking choices at Disco Pussy, and really sticking to the guns of building that culture where you're going to this venue for this on the main nights. Like, you know exactly what you're walking into, And I think that's another thing that when people are a little ahead of the game here in Vegas, or they kind of miss the mark a little bit, it's you have to be willing to stick to your guns long enough where people recognize this is where this is happening. Where if you bail out and just kind of go back to what works, then you kind of lose your identity in that switch, and you never get that magic back, and you don't get that second shot of really creating a space for a certain demographic.
Yeah. They just announced they got Chuck Daniels tomorrow, which is another great house booking. And then Area 15 too, who we didn't even talk about, has Steve Lawler on Monday. There's some.
They have a lineup that surprised. First of all, I didn't know they were going to start like booking shows like that. And then I think the last time I went out there, they're like, yeah, we're buying basically all of what's that Dean Martin that they're on, or Industrial. What is that?
Yeah, they are expanding.
Remember. And they're like, we're expanding. We're buying all this land up and down this, and they're like they're basically setting up festival grounds.
Do they announced A-Track's playing?
A-Track's on the bill. Yeah, they have all kinds of crazy shit. Like they have a lineup, bro. Like I did not think that was going to be a thing out there.
If you
guys trying to go to the A-Track show?
If you've seen the setup, it's in the parking lot. So it's like festival stage level setup, and it's outside. So it's going to be like that kind of vibe, not just like in nightclub kind of setting. It's like we're raging.
Yeah.
I still haven't been.
We'll make it happen for sure.
I haven't actually been to Area 15 either yet. I haven't had the time, or I haven't made the time, I should say. But there's other things opening in there, like I forget the name of it, but there's another like barcade that's opening in there. The original ones in San Francisco.
Oh yeah, I went there.
Yeah. Shortcut used to be Resident, in the one in the Bay, and they will be having
Emporium,
DJs.
Is it?
It is Emporium.
It's Emporium.
Yeah. So they opened, or they are opening, and they will be having DJs there weekly, if not multiple nights during the week soon. So it's another spot where off strip where people can go experience like good music.
Is this the future of Vegas nightlife? These smaller parties where people don't have to go stay at a hotel to get into the club and do all that?
I think it's the future of nightlife in general, really. Like, I think the era of the mega club, even though we just spoke about hoping that Zouk does really well, like I think that time is kind of done. Now, like, I think this younger generation, like we just talked about, like the age difference and who's really spending $30K at a table compared to like people that are spending at Marshmallow or Diplo, whatever. It's like they'd rather spend those stacks and racks of money on going to EDC or Coachella or Burning Man and making an entire weekend out of it and spending it that way, where you get more bang for your buck creating and curating a smaller venue that's going to be dope, and just the return on investment is going to be way higher because you're not spending on staffing, lighting, all like the production side of things. It's so much easier to make a dope thing if you make it more like concise and small and more intimate, and the people that go to that are going to remember that more than like if you're going to like a big mega club in Vegas. Like after about 6 or 7 shots of like Casamigos, doesn't it all look the same? Like,
yeah. That's another thing to talk about too. Are people drinking less when they're going out? Now that weed is super legal out there, are more people choosing to smoke instead of drink on their nights out?
I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm biased, and maybe because like Commonwealth's an open rooftop, but there were people smoking like years prior. I mean, it hasn't been hard to like sneak a pen in and get it going if you smoke. But I think the big thing is when these lounges really start opening up and seeing who really capitalizes on that, and like, is that going to be another venue for DJs to play? Like, are we going to just like play smoking lounges or whatever? And like, how's that going to be? And what's the finances of that going to look like? Is it going to be something that can really be a nightlife thing instead of just a regular nightclub?
I think there's something to be said about all these. There's so many different avenues now, and there's so many different options for DJs. Like there's plenty of food on this table, and everybody can eat, which is great. I love that because now it's opening up avenues for guys who do different things and don't want to be the typical guy who plays, middle lounge parties or, opening sets at clubs. Like, these aren't your only options anymore. There's so many options. As long as you can rock a party, there's probably a place for you.
Yep.
So it's cool to see, man. There's room for a lot of guys. As long as you're marketable, you can get work.
Just to see the glow up for electronic music, for house music in Las Vegas over the last decade, there's never been a better Cinderella story as far as, like any genre of music that's just exploded, where people are like, yeah, we're going to pay $100 to ticket to see Tiesto or Zed or something like that over the last decade. It's crazy. And I'm curious to see what this next wave brings. Once there are like weed sponsors and stuff like that, once that starts to get into play,
like, what's that going to be like?
Yep.
Las Vegas is the, in my opinion, is the mecca for nightlife. It's especially at least in the US, there's Ibiza and then there's Las Vegas.
And I'll give an extra shout out to Vegas, like being the mecca, because it's not just dance music; it's everything. There's a spot for you if you just play hip hop, or whatever the case is, you play bass music. It's not like Ibiza where like you're going there and you're gonna get the same
for house.
Exactly.
Yeah,
for sure. In Vegas, there's something for everyone. And it's to the fucking max. If you like top 40 turn up, there's a fucking spot there where you can see it to the fucking max. You can pay thousands of dollars and see it at its peak, or you could just hit downtown and find somewhere good.
And speaking of just kind of circling back to the Win, like if you look at their booking lineup for the next few months, like it's really top 40 heavy compared to their years past. And I think that's kind of like piggybacking on what Neek was saying, and like being ahead of the curve a little bit. Like, kids don't want to hear, or there are a lot of kids out there that don't want to hear the same kind of music the entire night, where they want a little bit more reach and they want to hear a variety of different songs, where they'll probably spend more money if they're going to hear, like, I don't know, their favorite TikTok song and their favorite like EDM banger in the same night, instead of just getting one or the other. You know what I mean?
What was that club that we went to in Aria, that new spot?
Jewel.
Yeah, that place is great too.
Yeah.
That was the last show that we all saw before quarantine, was
that's right,
Juvenile at Jewel.
Yeah.
And I think one thing that Jewel has going for it moving forward is the fact of its size. It's not crazy big,
right?
But it's big enough where you feel like you're in a Vegas nightclub.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can still pack it out without having to, at least as an operator, spend as much as you would kind of like trying to pack out like a Hakkasan or like an Omnia.
Yeah. If I was them, I would just play that nostalgia tip. I would book Nelly. I would book Ja Rule, Juvenile. Just go run through like one.
That was kind of their thing for a while.
Awesome.
I wonder if that's what they're going to keep going moving forward, now that their Hakkasan group is owned by Tao Group.
Right.
Yeah. Huge move. I'm really curious to see what that's going to look like in the next few months.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that when I first heard that news, it kind of worried me as a DJ a little bit, just because it's kind of, we're speaking about monopolizing. Like it's literally just Tao Group and Win. Oh, now Zouk Group with their one property.
Zouk.
Right.
But it's like there isn't like a battle for power, and like what does that mean for DJs moving forward? Is it going to be harder to get work? And if you get work, what are the rates going to look like if there isn't competition? You can't go next door and get a better rate because next door is owned by the same person.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Damn, it's almost
market's crazy right now.
Yeah.
These spots definitely popped up out of necessity. Everyone's still like, we go back to the gold rush. It's another gold rush of being like, okay, cool. Let's see who we can buy up off the strip. Let's take all this area over here and make a little thing to where, okay, now it's a destination. Area 15. We're taking you through a virtual experience, a visual experience, and we're going to put a concert on the end of it or whatever to make it a full night out. We have you trapped over here, so we might as well take all your money while you're here.
Right.
Exactly.
That whole thing, that experiential, that 360 is, I think that's the wave. I've always thought that way, where if people can do dinner, like I hate to go back to the example, Tao, do dinner at Tao, then go see a show after. Like it's just keep them there for as long as possible. Have the best chefs, have the best dining, and then have the best performers.
That's basically the game plan for all the resorts. When I worked there for almost a decade, and that's essentially it. Like they're the only 5-star 5-diamond resort in town, so they're like, we don't want you to leave.
Right.
There's no reason for you to leave the Wynn. You want to eat here, you want to shop here, you want to club here, you do it all. And that's kind of like what all these places is. So it's kind of cool to see a place off the strip like Area 15 offer. I mean, they're not, a hotel. You don't have a hotel there, but like you can do it all. It's an all-day thing. It's Disneyland, like.
Is Resort World going to have just one club, or are these artists going to be in multiple clubs?
I haven't heard anything officially yet, but my guess is that it's going to be more than one venue.
Yeah.
With the size of that venue, that resort, they have to have.
If I was going to put money on it, I would say they have like a nightclub, and then do like a beach
day club.
Yeah. That is kind of like EBC, where it's like if you shut down the pool area, it's still a secondary nightclub.
Oh,
like
right.
On off season, you know what I mean?
Right.
It just makes the most sense.
Is Circa doing DJs or no?
No.
They are
just local
gambling.
Yeah.
Over at Stadium Swim.
Yeah, Stadium Swim is just like Stadium Swim is just a what's like a sports book.
Right.
So it's not a nightclub experience necessarily. So I think Circa is not going to go for like nightlife. They're focusing mainly on gaming.
They said you guys can fight over this. We're just going to be really dope.
Just we're here to get that gambling money.
Yeah.
That's a market.
I mean, I don't know moving forward what they're going to do, but
I mean, like I know they do bottles at Stadium Swim, and they have the girls with the cards with your name on and all that shit. But as far as like a club experience, like that's something that maybe they're going to add on later. But as of what I've heard, like that's not in their immediate plans. Like they're not interested, which I get.
Yeah.
What nights do you have right now? Let's talk about that.
So we're recording this on Thursday. So Thursdays, I'm at Disco Pussy for Cuffin, All Things R&B party, nationwide, hopefully worldwide, coming soon. So I run the Las Vegas chapter. Fridays, I'm at the Roof on Commonwealth every week. Saturday, I'm down the block at Park on Fremont doing the front patio, just kind of dinner time, chill vibes. And then Sunday, we do Snapback at Disco Pussy. So that's throwback and sing along R&B and hip hop stuff at Disco Pussy. Did I say that? I think so. Yeah. So those are my weekends. So if you're ever in town Thursday through Sunday, I have somewhere for you to go and holler at me.
All right.
Oh yeah.
And we're not done with you yet.
No, we're not done.
Travis.
So we are developing our DJ biopic cinematic universe. So in this DJ biopic cinematic universe, who's playing P.Dot? It could be anybody dead or alive.
Damn, I'm gonna get roasted for this because I don't know how to say his last name. But Stephen Wynn, the dude from Walking Dead. Yoon?
Oh yeah,
Stephen Yoon?
Yeah, Stephen.
Yoon?
Yeah, Yoon.
Yoon or Wynn? Yoon? Yoon.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah,
exactly.
That guy.
All right. Okay, so we are also making our 5 on 5 podcast playlist on Spotify. What song do we need to add to it?
Ooh. Hold on. I'm gonna do a Neek and look through my phone real quick for research purposes.
You got to do the research. You got to do the number crunch to make sure you get the right answer. You can't come out here just throwing out a song, you know?
No.
Just throw out a song. Come on.
Damn. Let's see. Sorry for the dead air.
Dude, no worries. What were you listening to in the car today?
I haven't been in my car today. I actually drove back and forth turnaround trip to Cali yesterday. Last place I wanted to be was my car. Let's go with Nicki in the song Celine. So Niki is the artist, and the song is Celine. She's an artist on 88 Rising, singer-songwriter. She's dope. It's like a very Boz Scaggs kind of vibe, I would say. It's dope. It's new. She's sick. Not that many people are up on her.
That one?
Yes, that's the one.
All right.
Add it.
Yeah.
Already did.
Since we're talking Skaggs, I got to include Neek real quick. I just got to sneak it in.
Go for it.
Boz Scaggs was a guitar player for Steve Miller Band before he went solo. That's it. Neek.
That's so rad. Boz Scaggs is an album, the Lowdown album. I accidentally buy that record every time. Like not every time, but I that's one record that I still accidentally buy repeatedly because I'm like, oh, this is a clean copy, and I forget that I have one already.
Well, if you have an extra clean copy, I don't have a clean one.
There you go.
So we are also now putting together endorsement deals for DJs and fast food franchises a la Travis Scott. So what is the P.Dot meal and where is it?
Damn. All right. As a LA born and bred boy, I'm gonna go In-N-Out.
Okay.
Double animal style, just a burger with chopped chilies, fries well done, and a root beer.
Solid.
Great.
I like it. I like In-N-Out root beer because they use Barks and not AMW.
This is true.
And you got to get the well done fries because In-N-Out fries,
they be slipping, man.
Yeah, you gotta tell them.
You gotta tell them.
Yeah,
that's a solid pick, man. I love the this is what I get.
Yeah.
Sometimes people like create their own recipes and Johns, and
that's my order almost every time.
The P.Dot.
The P.Dot.
The P.Dot.
Or if you want to get frisky, get well done fries and have them add chopped chilies and cheese over them.
You can get.
That's the move right there. That's the move.
I've done the chopped chilies on the fries every time since I found out about that.
Yeah,
that's a no
fire.
Solid.
P.Dot, are you still utilizing Twitch as much as previously?
So I used to be on 5 days a week during the day. Now I've kind of transitioned to 2 to 3 days during the week, during the day, and then I pretty much stream all 4 of my gigs weekly at night. So I'm IRL streaming almost every time I'm playing, which is fun and a different audience.
Get that back 2 ways.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, I'm there anyway.
Yeah. Are you still talking on the mic while you're doing it, or?
So, shout out to my man B-Stang who does Snapback and Cuffin with me. So he's come up with an ingenious way to have a secondary mic that only goes to the stream. So for Snapback and Cuffin, our Thursdays and Sundays, we have a mic that goes just the stream. And yes, we talk shit about the crowd if we see anything crazy that the crowd doesn't get to hear. And it's a vibe. I mean, having that interaction, and I've seen it too, because on my Friday and Saturday nights, I don't have that mic. So like on Friday night at Commonwealth Rooftop, I'll still shout out the chat and stuff like that to sneak it in, because I mean, people don't really notice anyway.
Yeah.
But getting that interaction with the crowd on Twitch is so vital for keeping people there and keeping the retention up and like making people feel involved with the night and making your stream more of a success. So if you're going to do IRL, I highly suggest having some way to talk to the crowd rather than just chatting, because I've tried to chat and type while I'm DJing and it works a lot of the time, but sometimes, man, you just stress yourself out and it's not the move.
How quickly and how many shots are involved before that wrong mic gets used to talk shit about the crowd?
Okay, so here's the fail-safe. 1 mic, 2 XLR cables. So you have to unplug and replug to know which one's going into which. And we keep them very far away from each other.
Smart. We tried to do, for those of you that didn't see, we had P.Dot for the 1 year anniversary out in Vegas, and we tried
that was so much fun.
We tried to just do 2 microphones just in general, and that could not have gone any more wrong early in the day. So We didn't even get to talk about that, boys. Thank you, first of all, P.Dot.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, P. Thank you, man.
I needed that so bad. Like just
Same.
being around a bunch of DJs and hearing like a bunch of like dope people, like not just like dope DJs, but dope people, like just vibe in the same room and just like all the woos and all this shit that you hear, like seeing your friends play, and just that vibe is like something that's been missing because of COVID. And I was glad to have it back for the time I was there.
Yeah,
I wish I could
it was a lot of fucking fun, bro.
I was checking in on everyone's stories, like, fuck man, I'm missing all of this shit. But
yeah, it went on for a while.
It
just got
did.
weirder and weirder.
Better and better.
Yeah,
it sure did.
Somebody bring over cups of spaghetti. That definitely happened. No, but thank you for being a part of that. We will definitely do that again. I'd like to do it more than once a year. You know,
absolutely.
Maybe get you out to Portland and we'll do one out here with these guys. No, I'm glad to see that you're utilizing Twitch though, and you're going to continue to do that for shows.
Yeah. So, definitely Twitch for my live stream for the shows. I've actually been experimenting on streaming on YouTube as well, just because I have a big following on YouTube. And to all the DJs out there that are listening to this, YouTube has a better payout than Twitch by a long shot.
Whoa.
Okay. So,
here goes the Twitch endorsement.
Quick game. So if you become affiliate on Twitch, which is what you need to do to start making money, your split is 40-60, right? You get 40% of a sub and they keep the 60.
Okay.
On YouTube, you get 70%. And you get to pick the price of your subscription. And you can have multiple tiers. So you can have like a $1.99, a 99-cent one, a $10 one. And their setup is more like Patreon, where it's not just, oh, here's a sub. It's like, yo, you get all these perks, like, oh, you want to do like a one-on-one live stream, or you want a shirt, or you want all of these other perks besides just watching me live stream and some emotes and stuff like that. You can do that on YouTube, and you can't do that on Twitch. But the live streaming community is way smaller, and it's a lot harder to get people over. But the only reason I'm really trying it is because I have a big YouTube audience already. But I'm still experimenting with that, and regardless of what happens with that, Twitch is still the place to be for the majority of DJs, I would say.
Gotcha.
I'm glad you brought up the YouTube thing, because I was actually just going to shout you out later. I was like, P.Dot's become basically like you've become my guru without realizing it, because on so many occasions I'm on your YouTube channel watching your tutorials, and I'm like, okay, cool. This is how I'm backing up my library. This is how I'm organized. Like I consider myself to be super duper organized, and I've always been an iTunes, Apple Music user. And a few times, like, I've hit you up, like, and been like, yo, is this going to work? Like when the transition happened to iTunes, Apple Music, and it's the best. And even better than that, it's the best to play at a venue knowing that you're in the building, and like, it's like an automatic safety net. Like shit could go wrong. And if I don't know about it, and I consider myself to be a pretty technical guy, like fucking P.Dot's here. We're good to go.
Yo, thank you so much for the support, man. Thank you for watching. And I'll say, like, the whole reason I started that whole YouTube thing was because when I first got to comment, I wasn't just the resident DJ. I was the AV tech as well. So I was there every night there was DJs. And seeing the issues DJs were having, and me being technical, just like I'm a super geek, and seeing night in and night out people having problems and me knowing how to solve it, and them just be like, oh my God, I didn't know you could do that, or like, thank you for fixing it. It's like my whole thought process is like, why not share the knowledge to as many people as possible to help everybody out, right? If I can help somebody out that I've never met before, and it makes their life a little bit easier doing what we love, then why not do it? And like for instance, like the first time I ever met Cricket, or one of the first few times I met Cricket, she was like, oh shit, you're the guy from YouTube, huh? I didn't know that. I was like, oh yeah, dude, like, yeah, we play together, but I don't, like, especially back then, I didn't really talk about that as much as like me being the same person. But like, yeah, like as it's grown, it's like, yeah, I'm the YouTube guy. You have any other questions, hit me. Especially if you met me in person, like, let me know. Like, you don't have to comment. You can just, you can DM me. If you have my number, you can text me, whatever. I'm here to help as many people out, because the last thing I want is a night to go bad because a technical issue happened. You know what I mean? Like, if you're there, if you're in the venue, if you're a DJ or if you're AV tech, like your number one priority should be putting on a good show and making it as seamless as possible, right? From openers not burning the headliner or whatever, or like some AV techs are like, oh, you don't know how to do this, I'm not gonna help you out. Like, fuck all that. Like, be as helpful as possible so we all win at the end of the night.
Right.
I'm glad you brought that up. Now that you're here, I have a book of questions I've been writing down, and I was wondering if we
Yo, hell yeah. I'm for it.
A book of
Lightning round
questions.
part 2.
You got another 2 hours? We're
let me start from the top here.
Hell yeah, I'm with it.
No, that's dope, man. How many subs do you have now on YouTube? It's
15K.
Whoa.
Big ups. Big ups.
Big number, man.
Sir.
Big number, man.
Yeah, I feel like you should just start your own podcast where you just do here's the questions I've gotten for the week, and then
Actually, so my stream on YouTube isn't just a DJ stream. It's me DJing, and it's an open Q&A. So anyone that comes into the stream, if you're someone that follows my channel, if you have any questions, I will answer the question while DJing.
sick.
So like, yeah. And like the last time I did a stream, some guy from Europe, Denmark, I think, or Germany, was asking, like, he isn't used to like quick mixing, like, you know, open format, just like dropping on the one, banging out, like, hey, I've heard this term, but I'm not really sure what that means. So I stopped what I was doing. I was like, okay, here, let me throw 5 or 6 songs in, like quick mixing style, and give you an example, like live, and see if you can spot the differences. And then we had a discussion about it after, like, yo, did you see like how that's different than just like blending 8 bars or 4 bars in and like having a tight blend? Like, it's about the reaction and just kind of going through the whole process of why you quick mix and what it is and stuff like that. So that's kind of my live podcast, I guess, or I try to.
it's fucking dope, man.
Yeah, man.
What's the link to your YouTube channel?
It's youtube.com/djp.tv.
DJP.tv, and let everyone know where they can find you on socials.
So on Instagram, I am DJP, or it's DJ P.Dot. On Twitch, it's P.Dot Live, because I had DJ P.Dot and I don't remember the login. And Twitter, DJ P.Dot, and that's about it.
And people can reach out to you if they're coming into Vegas. Come see you. Go check
Yeah,
this
man.
out.
If not just me, if you are in Vegas and you're looking for anything nightlife wise, like, let me know. I could gladly throw you in the right direction as best as I can. If you're visiting in town, like, I want to make sure everyone has a great experience so they come back.
This guy does it all.
He does it all, man.
Yo, P.Dot, we have a lot of young listeners, a lot of first time, like, new DJs, people just starting to DJ after the pandemic. One tip of advice for them. Go ahead.
Don't be afraid to try new things. So don't be afraid to try a different genre of music. Don't be afraid of trying to blend records you've never blended before. Don't be afraid to be different than the people that you see are successful. And don't be afraid to have new people you aspire to be.
Oh yeah.
He does it all. He does it all.
This man. Hey,
it's
just dropping the jewels, dropping the gems, dropping the stones. Let's go.
Dropping the stone.
Hey,
Quartz, drop in the quartz.
Quartz Lopez.
I'm sad we didn't fit in a Spaceballs joke with the Schwartz in there somewhere.
Oh,
Schwartz,
yeah.
May the courts. No. P.Dot, thank you so much for finally sitting down with us. That's our fault.
Thank you.
Oh no, all good.
It's our bad. It is our bad.
Good.
Thank you so much for joining
Yes.
us. We appreciate you. Obviously, we appreciate you. We had you on the fucking 1-year anniversary lineup.
Hell yeah.
We even
Thank
had you
you.
on the show. So thank you very much.
Thank you guys so much.
on that.
This was a blast. Thank you guys for having me.
We will
Thanks,
be
P, for real,
back.
man.
We will be back next week with Sophie Nam. Sophie.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Sophie
yeah.
Nam is gonna
That
be-
is my homegirl from way back when. That's the homie. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
Actually, my first ever live streaming was on with her. So we did a online radio show way back when I still lived in LA, and she was one of the hosts. So shout out to Soph, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
To her. Yeah, we're looking forward to having her on there, as well as a couple more guests we have coming up. Big ups to you. Everybody go check out P.Dot in Las Vegas. Tap in with him. If you're a DJ, go follow his YouTube. Go learn a thing or two. We can all brush up on our tech tools.
And don't be afraid to ask questions.
Go ahead. Oh yeah, don't forget.
Yeah.
Ask those questions. Let me sneak in a little shout out to CFlow too for dropping Inverter 2.
Yo, yes.
This week.
Big shout out to CFlow. That's my man's. When I would DJ out in New York, he would always take care of me. So huge shout out to CFlow. Actually, Stemverter 2 video coming this week. Sorry, Coleman. I know it's supposed to be last week. Life happened, but it's coming. It's really, 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 really dope. And every DJ should own it as soon as you see what it does, it's very obvious. Like, game changer.
Yeah, this changes everything. If you've ever wanted an instrumental, if you've ever wanted a cappella, if you've ever wanted anything stemmed out, here's your chance. Go check out our guy CFlow. Go check out Nuke's Hot Sauce. Promo code 5on5. That's spelled out. Nuke's Hot Sauce is our jam right now. Shout out to Cricket. She just hit me up today saying, I bought so much Nuke's Hot Sauce, and you should too. Last but not least, DJs, we're getting back to work right now. Make sure you jump on board, get your edits right, get your remixes right. directmusicservice.com. That code is also 5on5. For that, we'll save you some bucks during your first month of your subscription. That's about it. You guys have anything else?
That's it.
Yeah. If you're in Portland, go check us out. We got a Men on Vacation Thursday night now. It's called Vacation Mode at District, along with our Saturday night over at Psychic Bar for Pray and Tell. We're getting back to work.
Hell yeah.
It happen. Big ups to all the DJs that are slowly getting back to work, turning down those requests and putting up with more than they're getting paid.
That's one thing that didn't go away with the pandemic.
That did not.
No. I've gotten some bad ones lately.
It did not. People still want to hear what they want to hear.
Oh man.
Yo, and you got like Vegas bad. There's a difference. It's like Vegas bad. It's like you're at everyone's wedding basically. Yeah. So they're like, hey my man, can you play Bon Jovi? And you're like, probably not. Probably not.
Oh dude, yeah. That's a whole nother topic of bad.
We could do a whole show on requests.
Oh bro.
Yes, we can.
We could do a whole show on that. P.Dot, we'll have to have you back to talk about that, man.
For sure.
Big ups to everybody that's working. Make sure you guys go check out those codes for DMS. Go get your libraries correct. Go hit up P.Dot, get your libraries correct. And we will see you back next week, same time, same place, only on directmusicservice.com.
Back it up.
Peace.
Back it up.
Inside.
Inside.
We talk about the new movie.
Inside.
We talk about the new movie.
No, we didn't. No.
Next episode.
That's next episode. Come chat with the vultures next episode.
Inside.